Overall vehicle fuel economy is really dependent on two major things. Number one, you need a very fuel-efficient powertrain package, and number two, you need aerodynamics to help move that truck through the air. Now, aerodynamics could be deceiving. Sometimes what looks aerodynamic doesn't prove so well in the wind tunnel. We spent a lot of time in the wind tunnel, both scale and full size, and real-world testing with the 5700 to make sure that all of these components really work aerodynamically and still provide that unique owner-operator type look. Now let's take a look at some of the features that make the 5700 one of the best aerodynamic performance on the road today. Taking a look at that yellow day cab behind me, you'll see it's got our new roof cap on it. That's set up for the day cab, obviously. Moving over to the sleeper, we have a new roof cap design for the 68 and 82-inch sleepers as well that really help move the air up and around the cab and over the trailer and move the air from what we call our tumble home design on our sleeper to a more rectangular design that the trailer is. Now moving to the back of the sleeper, you'll see we have our 20-inch cab side extenders that match up with the roof fairing, and these are sized to match the 68 and 82-inch sizing of the chassis side fairings. Now that we're talking about the chassis side fairings, let's take a look at what these things really do aerodynamically. Aerodynamics is much more than just pushing a frontal area 60 miles an hour into a headwind. You also, most of the time, have crosswinds that can play havoc on overall fuel economy and aerodynamics. You think about that crosswind getting up underneath the cab, underneath the truck itself, and it could really affect fuel economy. So what we did is we developed these chassis side fairings and skirts that keep and manage the airflow underneath the truck. These skirts keep the air from getting underneath the cab, and then on the chassis side fairing, it keeps the crosswinds from getting into the fuel tanks, getting into the toolboxes, everything else you have mounted on the truck. You cover those things up, provide a nice smooth surface like that, and you really control the aerodynamic performance, especially with crosswinds. Now, one of the other features we have here is this optional ground effects kit that's on the bottom. It's a rubber tipped piece that will flex if you hit curbs and stuff, but really helps manage the air that moves underneath the truck. So now let's take a look at some of the design aspects of the 5700 that really make it an aerodynamic performer. Remember we mentioned earlier that aerodynamics is sometimes deceiving. Well, this is one of those areas. This front bumper piece has this little ridge on it, and this is what we call our front fang. This ridge works with the ridge in the side marker light to really help move the air up over the fender and around the fender rather than working through the tire. Getting to the front of the truck, we've got the hood that's got a good slope to it, provides great visibility and a real good low profile into the wind. Coming back, we hit this ramp, directs the air up over and around the windshield. Now moving up to the sun visor. This is another area that you would think is not an aerodynamic performer, yet we spent a lot of time in the wind tunnel perfecting that design so that it's essentially drag neutral. All of these features together really make the 5700 one of the best aerodynamic performance on the road today. And that completes this portion of the video. Please proceed to the next module and continue learning about the 5700 XE.